Hello, so this is part two of the online read record. On section one, I talked through how we use the Google Forms. That's now set up. So I'm now going to put that onto a page on my Google site. This isn't going to be a kind of full walkthrough for Google Sites. I'm using the kind of site that I've already set up. It's quite self-explanatory, really. We've got an image here that can be changed quite easily, just an image of some of our children reading. Basically, the Google Sites, which you can access through sites.google.com, works through modules. So it's very easy to add a new module. Now, I have deleted the one here where we attached a file that showed people how to access the website through their smartphone or through an iPad or tablet. I'm going to add that back in as well later on, just to show you kind of how to embed and how to attach those kind of files. But you can see that I've got the year 6 page ready for September. What I'm going to do in this video is set up the year 5 page because we made the year 5 reading records in the last section of the explanations. So I'm going to go to new page down here. The sidebar should just be here. Anyway, it might be on insert. We go to pages and then we can see the page we've made. So I'm going to put in year 5 and then hit done. I can now see I've got my year 5 page along there. I think I can move that. There we go. Yeah. So because you'd want it to say year 3, 4, 5, 6, not year 6, 5, 4, 3. So you can move them very easily into the right order. You can see in here as well in year 6, it's got a drop down, submit your comments, check read record, and year 6 competition. On the year 6 one, I've got the read record there. I might actually take that off the submit your comment because you hit year 6 and it takes you to that anyway. It seems silly to have that twice on there. It's not really necessary. So I might just change that. So for the year 5 one, all I'm going to do is make those 2 sub pages, which is going to be check reading record and year 6 competition. Now I can't actually do anything with those just yet because I haven't set them up on the Google Sheet. But just so you can see how it was made in the drop-down lists. So now year 5 now has a drop-down list. It says check reading records. And if we add another one, which we're going to call year 5 competition, and hit done, I've now got year 5, and you've got those sections, and then year 6, and then those sections as well. And it's shown that's where we are now, so that's why it's black on there. So there's no other reason other than that. If we go home and then go to there, you can now see I'm on that page. What I've also done here, because if you are accessing on a smartphone, you should, if you go into the preview, you should be able to see these perfectly fine. They may even be a drop-down menu to the side on the smartphone. But to make it really simple and easy for parents to access each page, I've also just put in an explanation. It says click on the correct link below to get started. So to make text into a hyperlink, I've just highlighted it. Let's highlight it again. And hit this one, which is insert link. And then you can link it to a page on this site. You could also link it to somewhere else if you wanted to. So you could have a link to another online read record, or not online read record, online reading website like Epic or Oxford Reading Hours, for example, so they can access those kind of things externally. But then obviously on this one, we are linking it to our pages. Now you can see that's now underlined, which it wasn't before. If I go into my preview button, and then I can access it through there, year 5, and it takes me to that year 5 page. This page is blank at the moment though, so what we need to do is embed the form that we've created. So I'm on my year 5 page. I'm now going to switch to insert on here, and I'm going to insert something from our Google Drive. And now because I've just made it, the easiest way to find it will probably be just go onto recents. I could go onto the search and just search for year 5 reading records, but I'm pretty certain if I hit onto recents, it will be the very first one that has come up. Here we go, some of the recordings, but there. One selected, insert that. Okay, and then it's dropped in. So what I can do as well is resize this if I want to. It will centralize anyway, so it's just take a little bit of time because it's quite a big file to embed. And then let's drop that there. Okay, so that's now resized and central. And then if I go onto my preview on here, it will now on the Year 5 page have that embedded in. And I can now fill that in and I hit next. I pressed the wrong class then, because remember I only filled out the names on 5TW. So I've now got my name section. In fact, let's do a different person just so that it will update on the record, and I'll show you that in a moment. So again, I'm just going to put ABC. Let's go non-fiction this time. 10 pages. Let's go with BBBB this time. CCCC, and leave that one, and then press submit. Okay, your response has been recorded. If I now switch over to my Google form, straight away I've got 2 responses, and I have now got a second response here that shows that. And if we go on the summary, it should also show that we've still got 100% in 5TW, but it will also show we've got different children that have read. Again, this isn't really a kind of viable solution for looking at all the records, which is why we are going to look at how I've used Google Sheets and a variety of formulas to make that accessible for our staff. Okay, so let's go on to the homepage. So I've got, as I said, and I showed in the overview, in fact, come out that's not the preview anymore. I put together a set of instructions to explain how you can install the website or an app on your mobile phone or on your tablet. So I've now clicked onto here, and just say so. Basically, we've got sections. If we go onto here, so I can choose what I put in. I want to add in a link to a document. So in here, I'm going to insert a drive. And this time it isn't recent, I'm going to search for it. I called it how to access Norwood. Let's type that should find it. There you go, how to access Norwood reading records. And then we'll insert that in. And then you've got that. And what I actually did, I shrunk this down to quite small because I wanted it to be opened externally. I didn't want it to take up a lot of the space. So if we keep shrinking it down, let's go to there. Let's let go of that. So it is a bit slow on Google because I wanted to stop there, to be honest, but it's still going. Oh my goodness, that's very small. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, there we go, that's better. But then obviously when you go into the preview of that, it will just open in a new tab on whatever device you're looking at it on. So down at the bottom, if we press on there, it shows you a preview, but it should also give you the option to open it separately. We can download it. I might have to make it a little bit bigger. So have a look if you're looking at it on a phone. So again, you say if you're accessing this on a mobile phone, you don't want it taking up all that space. Let's have a quick look at the settings and see if there is a way that we can set it to open up. Open a new tab. And then that opens separately. Okay, it's just loading up. There we go. So it opens up separately so that you can read through. What we did actually do is we sent this out, we printed this off and sent it out to parents. We also, because we wanted to make it kind of as much exposure and make it as easy as possible for parents to access, so we put the link on our school website. We sent it out through Google Classroom. I know most schools will be using some sort of online platform, whether that be a Google Classroom or Shobi or Seesaw, so you can send it out on that. We also put a QR code that would link straight to the website. That is relatively easy to do. I'll just show you for anyone who hasn't done that yet. So go into the preview section, and let's go switch to there. Now at the top here, you've got a QR code, so you can create QR codes for this page and you send that out. So I wouldn't do the QR code for this site because it's got that edit section on there. So you would publish it first, and then once you've published, you would then copy the QR code and you can send that out to people, whether that be on instructions or whether that be sent out separately. You could even have it in school, I guess, if you wanted staff to access it easily as well. Okay, so that is the website, how I put that together, and how we shared it. There's a couple of bits that I've not been able to show you yet because of the check reading record, which is for parents to check their child's reading, and the competition. They're not set up yet, and that will come in the final section, which is all about the Google Sheets. That is going to be quite a long one. There's quite a lot to go through on there. And again, a couple of mistakes I made, things that I learned from that hopefully you won't kind of need to worry about if you follow the instructions. Okay, so that is everything for now. Okay.